everyone, what is up? Welcome to my channel. This is going to be just a little introduction video of what's to come. My name is Travis. This is Thanks Adventures, and basically it's just going to be, a document of my adventures. How literal was that name? But in all seriousness, this video is going to focus primarily on motorcycles and electronics and camera gear and motorcycle camping, and how all of those things kind of work together and can be used, in unison in one thing. This channel, like I said, is going to focus on camera gear, not just as it relates to bikes. Some of it's going to be vlogging related because, like I said, I like to go moto camping as well and record the experience. There's also some podcast things in the works, but I'm not announcing any of that yet. So there will be camera gear things on here. I'm not worried about latest, greatest kind of scenario, but just more of like the camera gear I use and how I use it. And I like to hear feedback and tips and learn from other people as well. So maybe someone can learn from me and I can learn from the comments. So please feel free to comment. I've been riding bikes for a decent while now. I don't know exactly. Mostly I started on sport bikes. Didn't really ride a sport bike for the same things I ride a motorcycle for now. I used it primarily to commute. So I'd commute to work, commute to school. I had a wreck on that bike, was T-boned, and that bike was totaled. And then I rode my dad's bikes for a little while. He had two. He had a CBR 600 that had been bored and stuff. I didn't ride that one very often. That was kind of his baby. And then he had a Suzuki Bandit 1200. That's one of the best riding bikes that I've ever ridden, and I've ridden a lot. I used to do repo work as a side job and would ride bikes all the time for that. The Bandit is highly underrated, but I rode that bike for a while. I didn't really ride that one much to school. I think I just commuted mostly to work on that. And then I found through family who saw it and just thought it fit my personality, a Harley-Davidson V-Rod that was, I'm the second owner of it, but the first owner never rode it. They bought it and were scared of it, and so it had no miles on it. The owner had trailered it home, rode it around his neighborhood trying to get used to it. So it had, I want to say, I don't remember now, I want to say it was less than 50 miles on it, but I know for sure it was less than 100 miles on the bike. And then he took it back to the dealer, and I don't really know what he did. I don't know if he swapped to a trike or something, but anyway, the V-Rod, he said, just he wasn't comfortable on it apparently, so it had no miles on it. And so with it being technically a used bike, I got a new bike for a good deal, bought the V-Rod, loved that bike, took trips on the V-Rod, rode it all over the place. A lot of places I shouldn't have gone on a V-Rod because it's just not a touring bike, and it only gets 100 miles to a tank, which is probably the biggest drawback I had on that bike. But then again, like I said, it's not a touring bike. It's not really meant for long-term comfort. So, I mean, really, you want to get off of it every 2 hours anyway, which is roughly about 100 miles. I started looking to upgrade. Well, I won't say upgrade. I shouldn't say upgrade. I love the V-Rod it will always hold a place in my heart, and I can't let it go. I love that bike, and I still have it. I just haven't been riding it lately, which maybe I'm looking at buying a house and stuff right now, so it's kind of been put on the back burner this year, and it'll probably be part of the channel. I'm going to be doing all the maintenance. It's due for everything at this point. The V-Rod needs tires, it needs the fluids all changed, and I've got to swap the coolant hoses out because they're starting to show signs of wear, so I've got to swap those out, and that'll all come soon on the channel. But it's in hibernation for now until the whole house thing's sorted. It's just not priority. And then I bought the Africa Twin. I had been looking at the Africa Twin since before it came out again in 2016, and ever since then I'd kind of drooled over it. Like, I don't know, the bike really has spoken to me, and I felt like it would be the right bike for me, and so I picked one up. This one is a 2019 The 1819s had some upgrades, which you can make those upgrades to the 1617s, but these came with it, and so it was the smarter decision to get the newer one. I test drove the 2020, the regular one, and the Adventure Sports. I test drove a 19 Adventure Sports as well, and I didn't like either Adventure Sports. For one, I don't like the color scheme they came in, and for two, I don't know, just something about them. I just didn't like the bulk of the Adventure Sport. I do plan on touring a lot on this bike, but it's not my primary objective, and I wanted something that was going to be slightly more nimble off-road. And I wasn't a fan of the TFT. I know some people love them and drool over them. The TFT thing I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it. I opted for the 19, got an awesome deal on it actually. And conveniently, I got super lucky. I went there actually to buy the black Africa Twin. And when I got there, they had this blue one in a manual transmission as well, which oddly enough, almost every single other one, other than this one and the one black one, were all DCT. And I get it, more people are into that these days, it's just not for me. I ended up deciding I liked the blue one better and bought the blue one. Test drove it, loved it, brought it home, and have been working on mods. I'll save the mod video for another one here in about a month. I've got a truckload of parts that are actually coming in just here in a couple weeks, so I want to save it until I get everything else put on it before I do a mod video, but that'll be coming too. To try and not be too long-winded and keep it brief, that's sort of a short synopsis of my riding history. Like I said, I like to go motorcycle camping. That's something I'm definitely looking to do more of this year. I did a little bit on the V-Rod, but this bike is just so much more tailored for it. There will be a video coming after this one about my very first time actually winter camping with my brother. It was also his first time motorcycle camping, period, and we chose to do it in the winter. And I'm not gonna say we bit off more than we could chew, because we definitely didn't. It was extremely fun, way more than we thought it was gonna be, and it was just a lot. Let's just say we got a way bigger experience than we thought we were gonna have. I'll let you watch that one. I'm gonna continue my ride up to this bird sanctuary. I don't really know what it is. It's winter time, so I know there's not gonna really be anything there, but I'm gonna go check it out. But yeah, guys, I really hope that you will subscribe to the channel. I hope you'll stick around to see what's out. If you're into photos, because you will learn that about me as well. I'm very into photography. I'm very into bold, dramatic photography. I should say that. It's kind of the style that I've developed over years. If you're into that, please check out my Instagram. I post, on there quite a bit. So if you'll follow me there, it's thanks_adventures. I'll be happy to check out your page as well. If you know some good areas to explore on some adventure bikes, I have been looking for some more areas to do that. I've been living here for a while, but I can't say I've explored that type of area around here, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
Start it up.